Great.
I
Okay,
see you
where are we going today?
on a venture.
Let's see,
What are we gonna do today, Brain?
Twitch.
Same thing we do every day, Pinky. Take over the world.
All right, let's open up a Twitch account.
I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I, but we're allowed to live stream there. Chris and secondhand Steve. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have that? No. Password. I'll choose my own. That's a good one.
That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do. Date of birth. I guess I'll do mine, right? Because I'm on the purveyor. September 5th, 1960. What?
Purvey.
Oh, yeah. It's still scrolling. Ouch. Holy crap. I'm old. Let's see here. We're setting up our Twitch account, in case you don't know. And I'm doing a foot soak,
Excellent.
a magnesium foot soak. All right. All right, so Twitch is going to send me a number. And then
What is Twitch?
Twitch is another platform
Oh, okay.
where all the kids are, I think, like the gamers. 007. Nice. Let's see, I'm going to save that. Done. You're all set. All right. Authorize Zoom. Yes. Authorizing Zoom. Here we go. Guess what? Chris and secondhand Steve are on Twitch.
Nice. What's going on? We're in an endless loop. What's going on? We're in an endless loop. What's going on? We're in an endless loop. What's going on? Might as well do one of those musical.
Yeah, sounded good, Steve.
All
All right. We'll see. All right, so now we're on Twitch. We're recording to Twitch. Everything's going good. Welcome to the show. This is A Man's Journey. I'm Chris Vallona.
I'm secondhand Steve.
Thanks for joining us today. This is a channel that is dedicated to all the male caregivers in the world and how you deal with caregiving for either your children or your clients.
Whether you love them now or you learn to love them, we're here to provide the best service, best help, and I'm trying to end with a bang, and I just
or even if you hate them, it's okay. There's your bang. Come on.
The entire spectrum of all the feeling of emotions.
Trust us, we have them all. So if you're just joining us, basically we talk about how to deal, cope, live.
We're both caregivers. We're both men.
Yeah.
We both find ourselves in an unusual career for guys. Or used to be when we were younger. This was unheard of almost, and now it's becoming more and more the norm.
Yeah, it used to be the ladies.
Yeah.
It was just dominated by women because men went to work, and sometimes there was divorce, And well, that's still really prevalent. So raise your hand if you're divorced. Nice. See? But we, as the men, stayed with our children. Some men, if not, a very small percentage, will stay with their children. And my son is dying from a rare brain disease, and Steve was a stepdad, still is a stepdad to a
Severely autistic, nonverbal, grown man now. Now he's 28 years old.
and so a lot of these things affect us as men and how to deal with it. And here you will watch the show and get tips and tricks, and just two guys just being themselves.
When I started this, I don't know, 8 years ago, I guess, I didn't have any experience. I just, there was something in me goes, I can do this. My whole crazy life prepared me for this. And I kept learning and kept growing and kept growing and understanding. And it's nice. It's when my friends that have young kids, like, one friend of mine has a 6-year-old. He was telling me he's arguing with a 6-year-old. So my question back to him was, if you're arguing with a 6-year-old, how many adults are in the room? And with caregiving, it's the same thing. It's you're there to be of service. You're there to be helpful. But it's easy to get caught up in personalities, especially with the family or caretakers or therapists. And it's about the cooperation, because putting your client first, and that's whoever has the ailment, the rare disease, the disability, whatever it is. It's about taking care of them. And if everyone can cooperate, it's one of the most beneficial things we can do.
So I'm setting a timer because I can't count for my foot soak. Yeah, I'm doing self-care while we're on the air. You got to take advantage of it. Right?
That's could be the most manly thing I've ever heard anyone say.
Well,
and I love it. It's
I'm doing a magnesium foot soak because I'm going to be going.
Because it helps, because it works. If you haven't tried it, do it. If you've never done like a foot mask, have you ever seen one of those?
No.
And it peels all the dead skin off the bottom of your feet and your heels.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Then you have soft feet. Who doesn't like soft feet? Come on.
I mean, I don't touch any men's feet.
No, neither do I. It's not my thing.
I don't really touch many women's feet, but I guess I would.
I'm talking about taking care of your own feet.
Oh yeah, that's kind of disgusting. Yeah. Well, it's not so much disgusting. So
you want to see disgusting? Get a 10 times magnification mirror and take a look at it. No one's pretty under 10 times magnification.
In your face?
Yeah.
I don't need 10 times to know that you're ugly.
Thank you.
Yeah. So basically, this is a foot soak to help me get recharged from the magnesium and the minerals that I'm losing throughout the day. I also have a tremendous amount of cramps in my lower body, both my hamstrings.
He's got the bad leg cramps and foot cramps out of the blue, watching TV, just minding his own business.
And sometimes not minding my business. I like to train. As you can see, I'm a fat guy, so I like to power lift and do martial arts. And so a lot of that stuff is, not so much conducive to the bendy or the stretchy of the fat guys that I am. So I have to do a lot of different stretching and stuff. So it was told to me that I should introduce more magnesium into my body.
Magnesium is the king of minerals, and there's a bunch of different ones. There's magnesiums to put you to sleep. There's magnesiums to lower high blood pressure. There's magnesium to feed your muscles so they don't get cramped. To provide water into your body and your system.
Right.
So look into it. Educate yourself. That's one thing we've learned.
So hopefully this will help relieve some of the tension and the stress in my body. I got to tell you, I was taking a lot of magnesium orally, like 400 or 500 milligrams per day, and that seemed to help it. But this was taught to me that the skin is the largest organ outside of our body. It absorbs.
Largest organ, period.
Yeah. Is that what I said?
No, outside the body.
Oh.
It is the body.
Outside the body, right. Anyway, so this says that we either absorb or what's the other one? Get rid of?
Deplete, let's just say.
Absorb or deplete. Your sweat glands get clogged up. That's why you have dirt, and that's why you stink. But you can also absorb really good stuff. You just don't have to drink a bunch of water to get absorption. I didn't know that. So I take these detox baths which expel all of the crap in my body from the inside out. And then now I'm putting my feet and sometimes my body into Epsom salt baths or magnesium salt baths to absorb, what was depleted. So it's kind of like changing the oil.
Absolutely. It's getting rid of the old and making way for
Right.
the new.
And of course, I just have a bunch of minerals in here. Dr. Berg, I bought into his stuff, and so this is like after weight training. So I did a little bit of a speed strength training out in the back. I have a full gym outside.
It's Dr. Eric Berg on YouTube. I've seen many, many of his videos and haven't found anything wrong with him yet.
Yeah, there's a couple of people, Dr. Eitz or Itz, he's always talking crap about that guy, how he doesn't know what he's talking about. I would say this, one of the things I've learned from working with Steve, which has only been less than 6 months, is that don't listen to everything you hear. You might want to find a different source and believe what your heart tells you, and then just try something. Obviously natural supplements are not bad for you. It just depends on who makes them and where you're getting the sources of those elements. So you got to do a lot of research. So a benefit of hiring Steve to watch my dying son was that he comes with a reference guide, not the Encyclopedia Britannicas like you people think you know about. And he's a YouTube guy. So everything on YouTube is not the truth.
No, you want to listen to both sides.
But you have to find out, what works for you. So I didn't believe magnesium worked, so I Googled it, and I found nothing bad about it. I was on YouTube, nothing bad about magnesium.
Does it make you itch?
Oh, so oh no, wait. In the beginning, I had a magnesium spray, and it made me burn and itch. And that is the precursor for depletion, or you're not depletion. You are
depleted.
Depleted, right? And if you're itching and if it hurts, it's because you don't have enough natural salt in your body. So, needless to say, I don't itch anymore.
Good.
Even when I spray, I have this magnesium spray I learned online how to make for cents on the dollar what people charge you in the store. It's very simple. It's incredibly simple, but yeah, man, it's not like a holistic review or anything, but it's what guys are
It's
doing.
turned into that, hasn't it?
Yeah, sorry. It's just what guys do,
And find someone you enjoy listening to that makes sense, and again, verify it for yourself if you can. I like Dr. I don't know if she's the doctor, but Barbara O'Neill. She's an incredible woman, incredible information. They have her speak all over the world. And you listen to her, you see her, and you realize this person's got it. I mean, I'll say that. I think she's absolutely, whatever it is, she has it.
Got my candle?
Look at you.
The man cave. It's not too gay. Hey now. All right. So usually we have like a topic, but as we're kind of coming in the end of the first quarter of the new calendar year, which is 2025, we're making some changes to the show. So A Man's Journey is going to go to we used to be weekly. Now we're going to go monthly, and we'll see what happens. It's not that we're dying; it's just that we're running out of money, and this show costs some money to produce. So we're always looking for sponsors to help us keep producing the show. We don't take a paycheck; we just do this out of the kindness of our heart. So, what I'm telling you that costs money is the putting on the show, the time, bandwidth, the hosting, microphones. And if we wanted to get into it, we could really spend some money, but we don't have any money.
We're out of money.
We're out of money. So
but we could still do this, and we could do it once a month, and that's what we're going to do.
Right. So today, I want to talk about the end of an era. An end of an era for my son. So my son is Sebastian. You can follow me on Project Sebastian on Facebook, Project Sebastian 1 on Instagram. I used to be on X, but took that down. This is my first broadcast on Twitch. Hi, everybody. We have no idea who's on here, but we hope we get some people to watch and to get some, ratings. Anyway, so when I say it's the end of an era, so my son's, he's disabled, he's special needs. So if you know anything about the Special Olympics, my son has participated at the district level called the Heart Games here in Santa Clarita. And today was his last showing until he goes somewhere else. So he's aged out of this public school system.
22 is the age.
Cutoff 22, get out, figure it out. And so it's been over a decade of him participating since he got into the Heart District, since he was a elementary, K through 6. Probably started doing like around, I think it's like as far as I can go back, like 5th, 6th grade. So he's 22, so you can understand he's been doing this for over 10 years. And they do everything the Olympics do, just on the Special Olympics side. And today he did the 50-yard dash, and he did the softball toss in lieu of the shot put.
Much safer.
A little bit safer. So, the bottom line was that we had a great time. It was really hot out here in Santa Cruz. It was approaching 90 degrees.
Summer came early.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the third, fourth day of spring, and it's hot. Winter came, just right over our heads. Just didn't even stay around for more than a week, and we went from like mild temperatures to maybe a week of rain and cold, and now it's hot. So welcome to spring. We're gonna probably sidestep right into summer with the heat here, but he's out, and he did a fantastic job. And I've never been more proud of this kid for finishing strong. Now he's bound to a wheelchair about 90% of the day. And so his disease is called Batten disease, and he has the variant of CLN8. And I tell you that because there's 14 different variants of this horrible disease. And so he's blind, he has seizures, he can't really walk or talk all that great, but he is really present. This is his support animal, Sophia. Both.
We'll take it, Sophia.
Yes, that's a terrier Chihuahua. As we say, we get 2 dogs in one, because we shave it and we get a Chihuahua, and then we let that wiry terrier come out, as you just saw. So it's kind of what's that word?
Can I buy a vowel?
Vanna, are you out there? Bittersweet today, because I love what they do, and we are aging out, and he's no longer able to perform at this level. So
the school he's in has wonderful programs.
Yeah,
it's
Valencia High School.
And I hope the next place
Go Vikings
matches that and eases him into his older years.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll probably participate in the national Special Olympics going forward, but we have.
We'll be taking bets.
Yeah,
might as well make a little money on this. That's how we're going to raise money for this podcast.
Yeah, Vegas
Special Olympic bookies.
Right. So we did commit to our adult school. We're going to go to Agape Village, which is an adult day center out here in Santa Cruz.
Do you know what agape means?
I don't.
It's Greek, divine love, or it's the highest form of love.
There you go.
Then there's philos, which is where Philadelphia comes from, which is brotherly love. And then there's eros, which is where erotica comes from. In English, there's only one word for love, but in other languages, there's usually 3 or more.
Nice. Oh, there you go. Like I said, YouTube.
Warehouse of uselessness.
So we're looking forward to that. I don't know if you're like me or not, and you have a special needs child in your life, if you work for somebody that has one, or if you have the ability to really recognize what this event does for these children. It makes them feel proud. They are extremely happy when they're doing these events. So if you know anything about the Olympics, there's like anything from the decathlon to running to jumping to throwing to everything else, on the swimming and stuff like that. So in this part of the Special Olympics out here, of course, there's no swimming, there's no pool. We should have had a pool. This is hot, but these kids are performing all of these things, and they are really good at it. Because you probably think that the old adage of, oh, this is a retarded kid, can't use that word anymore, but they actually have the ability to perform physically and mentally just like you and I, and they're probably better than us. What I saw today when people are sprinting in the 100-meter, it's incredible. It's incredible.
They're all in. Their heart is, it's like the difference between a professional football game and a high school football game. In the high school football game, they're all in. They're in it with the whole of themselves. They're not there for a paycheck. It's an interesting way to look at it, because what you're seeing is something much more real. And then you see the parents cheering on their kids and the
Yeah.
loved ones and the family and the people in the crowd.
Yeah.
And then you see the energy it gives the kids, and that, that feeling of being needed, wanted, accepted, loved. It's amazing to watch. I usually cry when I go to these things,
Yeah.
just watching parents.
You missed it today.
And with the award ceremony usually kills me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve was busy. But anyway, so I would highly recommend it if you're not able to catch the Heart Games, catch the Special Olympics in your town. And you can just
Or volunteer, get
go-
involved.
Go Google and get involved. You can see where the next one is. You can talk to that office and say, hey, you want to volunteer?
Yeah.
And it's really cool because they need help. There's not enough volunteers. I think the great thing about having it at the high school is that the high school kids get to miss a few classes and they get to help out these kids. Not that these children don't have like skiers or one-on-one aids. It's just that everyone gets to like mingle like as if they're just one population.
And it's good for the kids that aren't special needs to hang out with the kids that are.
Yeah.
I think it's good as far as their a well-rounded education of life, actual life, not scholastic stuff, but of actual interactions with human beings and how to treat people and how to be kind and seeing the differences and not looking at them as anything less than or more than or anything in between, but
Nice.
just a part of. It's a beautiful way to see life. And these kids will teach you stuff that I think no one else can.
Right. I guess here we go. Timer's done.
The foot bath is done.
Timer's done.
Do you got those fish in there that eat the dead skin
Oh man, I wish.
next time?
I had that in Cabo. That
You
is-
did the fish on the feet?
I
I
did.
did not know
I
that.
did, sir. It was the most weirdest and ticklish thing, and then it was really relaxing.
Now, what happens if you keep your feet in there too long?
Nothing.
Enjoy.
I only had 15 minutes. Yeah. So highly recommend the foot soak. My son's gonna do it. Hopefully sometime tonight. We're going to treatment. We're going to the energy enhancement rooms over here at Bio Recharge. You probably think I'm lying, but here you go. Look at that water. It's nasty.
No. Ugh.
Want a drink?
No, God.
Or let me just throw this out.
Just leave it somewhere. Come back.
What are you talking? You can talk.
The
Steve.
captain has abandoned the ship.
We guess. You can speak, Steve. It's okay. No?
What?
Nothing, huh? I wouldn't eat those dishes. I just poured my foot juice on them. All right. Nothing was said.
Nothing. There was that part of the program where we just get silent.
That's incredible.
Very important.
Steve doesn't like to talk. He's not social.
Sometimes the silence in between the notes is just as important.
Right. Okay, so what are we talking about? Oh, the great thing about the special needs community of the Special Olympics and how my son is done, he's graduating, he's out, and he's gonna go to Agape Village, which means love, and he's gonna continue on with his life, just like you and I will continue on with ours. And hopefully you, the viewership, will continue on with your life. But you can always stay in touch with us. If you want to talk to us and get some tips and tricks, you can reach out to us at Gmail, men@raregivers.global. So that's men, MEN, at RAREGIVERS.global. Not com, not US, not net, .global. Send us an email. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about. If you want to come on the show, if you want to talk about what's going on in your caregiving life, we're all ears.
Or if you got any tips for us, if you have any ways to do things different that you find to be better than everyone else does it,
Yeah,
pointers, whatever you got.
we suck.
We're teachable, so we're still trying to learn. We're always trying to improve what we know.
That's right. We're not looking to be Joe Rogan. We're just looking to beat him.
Yeah. Show me a caregiver that knows everything, and I'll show you someone that scares me. I like people that understand their own limitations and
I
what they
see.
can and cannot do,
Well,
because no one can do it all. I have not met that person yet.
Well, the man upstairs claims to do it all. Right?
I'm talking down here,
Oh, like here?
like here.
Oh. I'm just texting my boss and my other boss to let them know we're fine. Good evening, ladies. Today we're on Twitch live streaming. So you have to check in with your bosses. We have bosses. You probably have a boss. If you're watching this at work, thank you.
A lot of squirrels today for you.
Yeah,
You're all over the place.
I'm just kind of, squirrely like that.
And a lot of us are, me too.
I mean, in this life, you have to not take it so seriously. And I think a lot of us, we stress out and we take ourselves too seriously, and that makes the caregiving experience really, really awful for the client. Because your client's already stressed out. Either he's nonverbal or he's frustrated because he can't communicate all that great. And then you got the family in there. And so if you're coming in with your attitude, it just makes it miserable.
Yeah, no dark clouds.
Yeah.
If you show up with a dark cloud, leave it outside. It's not going to go anywhere. No one's
Yeah.
going to steal it.
We need you guys to come in happy, joyous, and free, right?
Come in ready to give your client, your person, your whatever, your best.
Right.
Because they deserve it. Their struggles are beyond what we can comprehend.
Right.
To be a prisoner in your own body for a lot of them. So it's overwhelming.
Yeah. And we're not nurses, by the way.
No.
We're not even certified.
First aid and CPR, that's it.
Yeah, if that. So I'm trained in seizure protocol, CPR, first aid. Oh yeah, I'm trained on its app.
I can do a tracheotomy with a straw and a rusty.
YouTube that shit. So here's the thing, you don't need to be a certified nurse or an LVN to be a caregiver. You just have to be someone who's caring, loving, smart. And when I say smart, I mean understand your client, understand the mechanisms that keep him alive, and be his aid and keep him happy. That's it. That's what a companion does.
And you can give them your attention. There's a lot of caregivers out there. They're
on their phones,
mentally checked out. They're gone.
On their phones all the time.
And you've got to be there.
Yeah.
And if you're able to look at your phone and be there, that's a talent. That's a gift.
No.
Embrace that.
No, your challenge is just to stay in. You can look at your phone when he's sleeping, and monitor his sats as well. But so I'm saying, if you think that you need a ton of hours and
a certificate, a degree, or whatever,
school and stuff like that, you don't need that to be a really good caregiver. Common sense goes a long way. Now, if your goal and your dreams are to be a licensed vocational nurse or a registered nurse or a traveling nurse, yeah, you're going to need to take those classes and have that schooling and put in some time and do the work, So we are not medical. I'm pretty well versed in like stopping bleeding, but I don't know everything. That's why I had to hire a nurse. And Steve will tell you the same thing with his stepson. There had to have been a nurse there, we are the drivers, we are the companions, we are the people that make them happy, and we basically are their shadow. We keep them safe, right? Once there's blood and something else, then that's when the nurse takes over.
When someone is unable to take care of themselves, someone needs to fill the gap, and that's what a caregiver is.
Yeah, right. And you may not be able to afford a nurse, so ta-da! Here we are. Dads to the rescue.
So you educate yourself. You learn how to do some basic stuff. And we live in a time in the world today where you can learn about everything at the click of a button. So don't deny yourself that. If you're rusty on your CPR, catch up with it.
Were you scoring 86?
80%.
Nice.
Really
I gave him the job, 80 something.
So I did the test in record time. That's what counts.
So listen, we have a lot of fun, but we do take things seriously. Like, his son's disease is serious. My son's disease is serious. There's a lot of medical complications that come along with that.
Seizures. Let's talk about seizures.
Oh yeah, let's. Sure.
If you've never been in the presence of someone having what used to be called a grand mal seizure. What's it called now?
Oh, tonic clonic.
It'll shock you,
A lot of word salad coming.
and it's the body gets completely rigid, like a board.
Well, and shakes,
Yeah, you do not want to get your hands or fingers anywhere in or near their mouth.
which means that the entire muscle structure pattern is actually seizing and contracting and releasing, contracting.
So basically, they're running a marathon. They're working out. It's when it's over, they're exhausted,
Right.
because the muscles are just we're so tense for so long.
Right. Some of these seizures can last over a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And that's when we have to really talk about how much oxygen is not getting to the brain.
And during the seizure, you might need to put them on their side so that
Yeah.
if they have spit in their mouth or drool, it comes out.
Right.
And then you have to know how not to panic or lose your mind while they're having it. You have to be calm and cool.
Yeah.
That's one of the most important things. Even right up there with the treatment itself is not losing it.
Sorry, it's vitamin time. So if you guys think you can learn proper seizure protocol, it's really simple. If your client is out of his wheelchair or out of a chair or out of his bed and he's walking, do you put anything in their mouth?
Never.
Why not?
They can swallow it. They can hurt themselves. It's all kinds of bad things can happen.
No, you'll lose a finger.
And that,
Yeah. Do not try to scoop anything out of their mouth while they're seizing.
no. And because they don't know what they're doing.
You
No,
you can't get in there.
Yeah.
And it's like a pit bull. It's a steel trap. The only time you're allowed to get in there is when they're done seizing and they're post-tactile. So Steve said it right. Roll them on their side. So all of that drool will come out and some of that food may come out or that liquid will come out. They are choking on it, but once they're done, then you have the ability to finger swipe and get out without losing a finger.
And there's some people that I don't know why they think that if someone's for whatever reason that they need CPR, and they don't. The only time you'll ever need CPR is when there's not breathing. That's it.
Right. So in the seizure, they're still breathing because the body's contracting, right?
But it might be disrupted or offset, or just there might be pauses in it.
Yeah. The face will turn blue. That's because the oxygen is not getting into the brain. But usually, it's not the seizure that kills the client. It's the fall, the lacerations,
So here's your pro tip for the day.
the bleeding out.
If you have someone who has seizures, and you're in the wheelchair, make sure their belt is on. I almost lost Seb. The good thing I was fast. He
Nice.
seized up on me in his wheelchair while we were going for a walk, and he got so rigid, so fast, he almost bounced out of his chair.
Yeah.
And I was able to, grab him and secure that belt and let him run through the seizure. You're not going to stop a seizure. There's nothing you can do. There's really no comforting words. To be calm and let it pass.
Right.
They're pretty much unconscious the whole time.
So if you can't get that belt on, what I highly recommend is that if they're going to the side or shaking, all you got to do is grab them from behind and just hold on until it stops, or come in front and give them a small hug. Don't squeeze them, but let them bounce in front of you.
Right. Protect yourself in the headbutt.
Two things will happen. You'll protect his body from getting hurt, and you'll actually stop yourself from falling. Same thing on the ground. We want to get a towel, protect his head from the bouncing.
And you learn this with experience, and you get better with it, with the experiences. Yeah. And you don't have to have all the experiences, because that's what we're trying to bring you. We're trying to help you with that. So you can, kind of shortcut the process a little bit by talking to two men who have some experience with these things. So again, if you have any questions regarding anything in this realm, run it past us and see what we say. It might be a little different than what you think, and then you might learn something. Who knows?
So the first thing is, don't put your fingers in their mouth.
No bueno.
Roll them on their side if they're out of the chair. If they're in the chair, move their head to the side. Let them push down a little bit and drool, okay? Count. How many minutes has it been?
Check your watch as soon as you see it.
It's
Check
important.
your watch.
It's important. At the 4-minute mark, you're dialing 911.
That's too long for a seizure.
Okay, that means something is bad. It means oxygen is not getting to the brain. 4 minutes, call 911. And then after you call 911, then you call your client's family. if you're not in the house,
Always have emergency help en route first.
right? Yeah. And that way you're covered. We didn't want the ambulance. We don't need an ambulance. Get the ambulance, okay? Because something may have happened internally and his SATs are really low, or she may have bitten off part of her tongue. Something happened. You just don't know, okay? So always do that. And so I've been doing this for 17 years, seizures. So there are times when I call the paramedics still, and I didn't have to, but there's just something about a grand mal or a tonic-clonic or a tonic or an absent or a stare that actually does damage.
And then my stepson, when he had a big seizure, he actually broke both bones in his jaw.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy.
I walk in and I see him having the seizure and I see his mouth and it's hanging there. And how do you deal and cope with that? And again, calm and cool, called 911, made sure he was safe, made sure, he wasn't doing any more damage to himself.
Yeah.
Nothing prepares you for this. You just go through it and you can bear it. Trust me, you can bear it.
You can do it, man. Just remember,
If we can do it, you can do it.
it's easy until,
And you didn't sign up for this either. You were presented with a child with a diagnosis of a rare disease.
Oh.
And nowhere in your past where you're like, oh yeah, I want to sign up for, taking care of kids going to have seizures, going to slowly disintegrate his mental and physical body. No, but we do what we do.
Not to mention that relationship destroyed and dismantled and fizzled out. So when you have a special needs child, the relationship usually goes two ways. Either brings the parents closer together or it takes them apart. Unfortunately, I wasn't strong enough to stay, but looking back on it, it was probably the best decision I could ever do for myself and my children. And I stand by it. So you don't have to stay for the children if it's too difficult, because men and women do things differently, okay? We are fixers inherently, and women are coddlers. We're not emotional, they're emotional. So you have to find a balance.
And we're talking in generalities. There's always exceptions and people that are different. So
yeah, sure.
He's painting with a real broad brush right now.
Yeah, well, I don't know anybody else that doesn't have that. They're never in the middle. But yeah, it can take a toll on your relationships, and that even takes even more of a toll on the child that you're trying to care
So
for.
it's back to cooperation. Even if the relationship doesn't work out, how can I cooperate? How can I put my child first? Can I love my child more than I hate my spouse?
Cooperate.
Yeah. So you have to know how to love your child
Yeah,
more than all the other stuff.
So this is not his kid. This guy married into that situation.
Fully
knowing
well.
that this was going to be in
full disclosure before we really went on our first date.
Right. And you stayed.
Yeah. I think if the person's worth it, you do it.
And you like the kid.
Yeah.
There you go. See, I like my son too. I mean, I really wish I probably can go back on here and post some pictures of this final track meet with Special Olympics.
Very nice.
That's my first time using Twitch. I should go get my other son, Gage, on how to use Twitch. He's a gamer. 20.
We'll go to the younger people to learn how to do this stuff.
Yeah, because you guys are all on these different platforms. You're not on Facebook all the time, and YouTube is for old guys. Obviously, this guy.
I'm on MySpace.
Oh, I still remember my wall.
Tom's my friend.
Oh yeah, Tom.
I'm on AOL dial-up.
Hey Tom, how's it going?
I'm listening to music. What was the old music platform?
I was on
LimeWire.
I was on Earthlink. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Everything we got to watch the internet come into creation and become what it is today.
Microsoft Internet Explorer.
Windows 95.
Netscape.
When it was in 95.
Netscape with the thing.
Yeah, when you only had a choice of two browsers, and that was one of them.
That was AOL and Netscape.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then everybody just came out. They're like, no. It's kind of like you guys going through the whole Tesla thing. It is really. Our internet is your Tesla, if you think about it. It's pretty cool stuff.
Well, technology is your
you guys,
inheritance.
Yeah, you guys rule that crap. And I mean, you guys in the Gen Z?
Anyone younger than us. All of you. We're the dinosaurs now. That's what happens when you don't, you live
Right.
long enough.
Yeah, so we're two old guys who are caregivers, and this is a man's journey. So sometimes we'll be here, sometimes we're not. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back into my account. Hopefully somebody was watching. Hopefully somebody left a message.
If someone leaves a message or has a question, we'll make a video just for you.
Yeah, of course.
We got,
Yeah, and if
We
you
got the
got if
time.
you got a special needs kid, you want to join us, please do. Or if you work for a family with special needs caregiver, and that could be your parents, okay? Because caregivers include the elderly, not just the children who are suffering from a rare disease, but it's the elderly that are healthy, that are now dying, that you have now taken over that role as a brother or a sister or a son or a daughter, and now you're taking care of mom and dad. You know, pretty much that's how it does. They take care of us, and then we take care of them.
Right.
Right. And hopefully that's what you're doing.
it's the circle. Circle of life?
What?
Yeah, they take care of us, then we take care of them, and then our kids take care of us.
I'm sorry. I thought he was going to break out into some Lion King,
I was
Mufasa.
there. I was going.
Ugh.
All this, everything the sun touches will be yours. That's right.
That's great, Steve. Scar.
Start with a bad uncle. Bad uncle.
Oh, really? So listen, that's all we have for you today. It's kind of like an informative, like breakthrough series here. Two guys talking about male caregiving. So our show is called A Man's Journey. Hopefully you just search it, hashtag it, look for us. We're on YouTube as well.
We got a few videos out. Maybe you want to
Facebook,
see what those are about.
Right. And anybody that actually has a show and wants to interview us, we're available too. So we'll come.
For like, we work for like tacos.
Taco Tuesdays tomorrow. Is it Tuesday yet?
Not yet. It's coming. It's
Hmm.
coming.
What do they call Monday? Used to be Monday Night Football,
I don't know.
Monday Madness at the pizza joint.
It's always something. There's always something.
I want something else. I've had crap all day.
But if you're a caregiver
Oh yeah,
and no one understands you, no one gets it, we do.
sure.
Yeah, we get it.
We try.
Yeah. And
What does that say? I understand. I understand.
so we're with you.
Yeah.
Even though we're not with you, we're with you.
But we get you. And so if you just want to like vent or cry or kick stuff or break stuff, so do we. And I have. I mean,
Do it here. We can handle it. Leave
Yeah.
leave your family
this
alone.
is probably the first house that I haven't punched a wall. Seriously.
Nice. Nice.
I mean,
Look at that progress.
everything's
Hulk smash.
work in progress, not perfection. So, all right. So that's all the time we have. I'm Christopher Valona,
I'm secondhand Steve.
and this has been.
A man's journey.
So we just want you to remember one thing:
Be gentle with yourself and those around you.
don't take yourself so seriously because no one else does. All right. Okay.
Very good.
Well, till next time, friends. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm trying to turn this off again. Stop. And stop.